So trading index futures on NFP day. So I actually had a request on Discord. One of our users of our VWAP Predator couldn't understand why his 1 minute chart wasn't looking right. And again, when we have real big data like non-farm payrolls, even scalpers should turn to the 3 minute. Okay, we need to smooth out the price action when we get a lot of volatility. Trading that 1 minute is brutal. You probably miss a lot of trades, and when you win the VWAP Predator, we get lots of signals because there's lots of movement all over the place. So one of the big things when we have these big data days on Thursdays and Fridays, switch to 3 minutes. It makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to go through the trading opportunities on Friday with ES from the NFP. This will hopefully help a lot of our users to understand that even though we love scalping, sometimes we need to move away from that 1 minute, go to 3 minute, smooth out, and follow the rules. Signal, confirmation, fresh air. So this is the Ninja Trader platform. We have the VWAP Predator that gives these signals and colors in these candles. You'll see these support and resistance zones here. These are the guardian zones. They're automated support and resistance zones on multiple time frames. So the yellow support and resistance zones you see here are the native 3 minute support and resistance zones, and they're automatic. You see this one down in the middle here started to print purely because we'd hit that area, that zone of price, more than 3 times, and it started to print. And it started to print a second one, so we've got a confluence of resistance here. The cyan colour is actually the 15 minute time frame, so higher time frame support and resistance zones, and very key to actually help to put that operational landscape on your chart, automatically adding them and taking them away. And then underneath we've got the bias depth heat map. So this is our go no-go gauge for trading. Now remember, we've got settings on this. This is on the scalping setting, even though we're on the 3 minute. And when you're scalping, we've got 6 different time frames on there. If I just go big on the heat map there, there's 6 different time frames that form that heat map. When we're scalping, especially on a high volatility day on day to day, we're looking for 5 out of 6 in the direction of the trade, or better, 6 out of 6. So first of all, on the left here, we get the big data reaction to NFP. Okay, we don't trade that. Okay, it's too unpredictable, and I would say here, for example, this 15 minute support and resistance zone is where a lot of institutional traders had those buy signals. So initially it dipped down, a lot of buy signals came in, and they were reacted to that way. So that's a play that they make, and it's a play that is not for retail traders. So the next thing is we need to understand we're starting to get signals on the 3 minute. Remember, we've moved away from the 1 minute. It's too volatile. We need to smooth out the chart. So we get a sell signal at this point, but look down at the bias depth heat map. So we've got the signal. Have we got the confirmation? Look down from my crosshairs down there, and you can only see 2 of the time frames are red. One's yellow, the rest are green. We're not going to take the short signal. However, the next signal is a buy signal. We've got 4 out of 6 green. On a volatile day, after a positive reaction to data, that's not a bad trade. Have we got fresh air is the next thing. So we just started to print this 3 minute resistance zone here. So let's go big. Okay. And we've got to consider the risk here. So our risk at this point, our stop would be at this pivot. And again, we can use simple drawing tools. We can use the fib extensions here, and we're going to put the first line just below that there, and we can see our risk to reward is less than 1 to 1. So we're probably not going to take that trade if we want to follow these strict rules. Okay. Now, again, this is a day when there's lots of volatility. So those new short-term resistance zones most likely won't hold. So you can see there's no 15-minute zone for quite a while actually up above because ES is near the highs. Okay, so in reality, that's the time to make that decision. If we've got those native time frame, that 3-minute time frame resistance zones, they're just starting to form. They're very short term and as a reaction to that data. So you can choose to ignore that at that time. For me, I don't ignore anything. I need signal, confirmation, fresh air. Not going to trade it. Okay. The next trade, the next buy signal at this point is the one that I would take because it's broken through that resistance. I'm just going to adjust this up here. This fib extension. My entry is going to be there. My stop would be just below the buy candle because it's a very, very big candle. So I've got lots of fresh air, not a problem. I've got all 6 time frames green, perfect. Signal confirmation. I've got lots of fresh air. I'm going to go long at 5185. Okay, 5185.21. It says 31 on there, but 25. Sorry. I'm going to trade the trade, and then we can see that the ribbon for the VWAP Predator turns red at 51.875. So that's not a massive. It's three points. It's not a big trade, but I followed my rules. This is where it gets really interesting. By following the rules, we then get a sell signal at this point here. Now the confirmation is not there, okay, but we've got fresh air. Do we take the trade is the question. Let's look at now adjusting this and moving this all over the place. Okay, so entry would be below. Stop, in theory, would be just above the support resistance zone. Okay, so we've got lots of fresh air to the next 15-minute zone. We can see that we've got a sell signal that's produced now. This is the best type of sell or buy signal. So the blue dotted line is the actual VWAP itself on the VWAP Predator. This VWAP Predator has then fib extensions, and we only get the signals when it crosses those particular lines. Now this one actually crossing the VWAP Predator, it has to have more volume than the previous candle, so we can see the momentum's building to the downside. It has to have higher than average volume, and it has to have an open above, in this case, and a close below to give us the sell signal. There's no green in that bias depth heat map. It's just two, three red, and the rest are yellow. We've got lots of fresh air. We go short all the way down to the 15-minute support. Hits there once, twice, 3 times before the VWAP Predator ribbon turns green. That's time to take your trade. Profit. The next signal we get. Okay, I'm just going to draw another one here. Just a risk reward. Again, most of the time, most people can see these quite clearly. So I'm not going to go above the pivot, big candle again. So my stop's just above the signal candle, which is above the 15-minute. My entry is just here. I've got 1 to 1.6 down to the next support zone. Okay, that's a confluence of 3-minute zones. So I have got signal, fresh air, full 6 out of 6 confirmation, go short all the way down, and then we can see then the ribbon turns green here to take our profit. No long trades. Why? Because we're below the VWAP. We then get another signal to go short, coming back down through that 15-minute support. Let's see if I can just drag this over so I can save myself time drawing. Okay, so now we're going to put the stop just above the 15-minute zone. The entry is here, and we got 1 to 1.6 down to that support zone. We've got fresh air. So we've got signal. All 6 time frames are red. We've got confirmation. We've got fresh air. We can take the trade. Comes down, starts to test this newly formed short-term support. The ribbon goes green. Take the profit. Okay. So in reality, sometimes scalpers like to do 10, 12 trades a day, which is, to be honest, in my opinion, ridiculous. Smooth it out, get the 3 minutes, a good long, good short, good short, good short. Okay, 4 trades, 4 winners, that's all you need. You don't need 16 trades paying those brokers lots of commissions. You need to smooth out that chart, especially on high volatile days. You need the signal, you need the confirmation, you need to understand that behavior that's going to be quite volatile after that that data, and then you need that fresh air. One of the most important things, and this is why we've produced this totally automated system for support and resistance zones on multiple time frames just to put on your chart, called the Guardian Zones. I'm going to put all the links for this software down in the description below, because fresh air is one of the most important ingredients. Signal, confirmation, fresh air, take the trade. Trade management with a VWAP Predator is very, very simple. We have this ribbon. If we're going short, we stay in this trade, even on these little pullbacks here, as long as the ribbon remains red. Once the ribbon turns green, flatten the trade. Okay, and this is great for scalpers, because as soon as you see that turn green, get out. Again, when we're going short, the ribbon, even on this little pullback here, most scalpers would actually get out because they panic. The ribbon remains red. It comes back down until this point here when it turns green. That's the time to get out. Okay, hopefully this helps. Scalping ES on NFP it's fun, but you shouldn't be doing it on the 1 minute when it's extremely volatile. You should, switch to 3 minute. Use the VWAP Predator combined with that bias depth heat map, and then that Guardian Zone. So the three together give you a fantastic signal, confirmation, fresh air type strategy. Okay. Check out the links below, and it's available for the NinjaTrader platform, but VWAP on its own is available for lots of other platforms as well.